We are here at the Kingborough Sports Centre. Back here again. We're here for the Geelong. We're here for the Geelong Huskies clash. Bring us on to round 9 here at the Kingborough Sports Centre. We are up and running as Ronald joins me on the broadcast. Ronnie, we're in for a sensational game here tonight.
Hello, everyone. And hello, wherever you're watching around the country or even around the world. We're going by the screens of the NBL YouTube channel, and it's none other than Hobart taking on Geelong, as JB said. What should be a terrific game. And again, Geelong have been arch rivals with us for many, many years, JB, and certainly tonight's game is going to be certainly a ripper of a ball game.
Not wrong about that, Ronald. Currently, as we quickly just get some volume there, we're all sorted again. Let me just see. Good there.
They're
Let's
pumping
go.
that music quite loud, JB,
That's
I must say.
I was going to say, that's what's getting us confused here. Yeah, Geelong at the moment sitting on top of the ladder, 11-1. They are a beast to behold. They're certainly probably the championship favourites. Meanwhile, Hobart are currently on a 6-game skid. Going to need to do a lot tonight to get the win.
Oh, absolutely. And we talked about in our previous show, JB, that, you know, Hobart on a 6-game losing streak at the moment. How important is it for them to get this, to win this game tonight?
Do or die, I'd say, Ronald. We're nearly at the halfway point of the season, and a lot of people are starting to count them out. Although we're in the top half of the bottom 8, you want to be in the top half of the top 8. You don't make playoffs by finishing outside the 8. It's going to be key for the women tonight. They need to be switched on for a full 40 minutes. Lapses in the second and third quarters in the away trip there to Frankston and Eltham, which they both lost, proved to be difficult and proved to be pivotal. So they're going to have to lift there. They've got to capitalise on all their stops. They managed to win the turnover battle and win the defensive battle somewhat against Eltham. However, they just weren't able to capitalise on a lot of those turnovers they gained, and they can't afford more than 15 turnovers. A lot of their games have seen them have 15, 20 turnovers. They've lost games off the back of that, Ronald. They can't afford it tonight, particularly against Geelong, who are in good form. Their keys tonight, certainly they're going to have to force Hobart to spread their defence. The last 6 games, which have cost Hobart, have certainly seen opposition teams spread the defence a lot. They're going to have to stretch Hobart, make them overcompensate and play the weak side. They've got to continue to limit their turnovers, though. However, Geelong, the more they continue to limit how much possession they give up, the less motivation Hobart are going to have, and certainly the less opportunities they're going to have, particularly at second chance points. And they've got to dominate, as I mentioned, the second chance opportunities. Rebound battle tonight is going to be big. Kylie McCauley looks to be running around a bit fitter than she has the last couple of weeks, so she could potentially be back in. That's some senior experience, along with Taylor Roberts, Nikki Green and Ellie Collins on the glass. That could be big as well. However, you've only got to look at the opposing lineup here at Geelong. I mean, where are we sitting? We've got the other, there we are there. Grab the right team sheet, I apologise there. I mean, you've got Zatina Akuso. She's just recently being announced, along with Ezzy Magbagor and Sarah Blitzarves. They have been announced into that Opal squad, Ronnie. They're capable players, clearly, and they're going to have to be stopped tonight if Hobart are a chance.
Geelong on top of the ladder and will look to continue their good form. Meanwhile, Hobart will be looking to get this one back, as JB has pointed out in the broadcast. Good to see some Geelong supporters as well as made the trip down to the Apple Isle here in Tasmania. Great to see them fronting the cold. It's been a cold week weather-wise down here, JB, but if you are at home, stay warm and enjoy the broadcast for tonight's game. So it's going to be a fun game, and no doubt we're going to see some good talent on show here tonight.
No doubt about that. As we mentioned, I mean, in the big preview so far, I mean, we've got Nikki Green and Jen Schlott, both who have proven to be great commodities here in Hobart. You've got Shana Thompson, a young developing player. She's only 18 years old. She's going to be pivotal in this game, and we have hyped up Taylor Roberts and Ellie Collins. They're going to be pivotal as well. Meanwhile, as we mentioned, the 3 Opal squad members in Magbagor, Blitzarves and Akuso, they're going to be huge for Geelong tonight. Again, this squad is 11-1. They cannot be taken lightly, and there's no doubt about it. They're probably the championship favourite at the moment, Ronald. Looks like we're just being given some extra time on the clock here. Not sure what's going on there from Game Commissioner Josh Byrne, but yeah, I mean, it's going to be pivotal. Oh, whoops, as we move out there, they're going to need to be warm. They're going to need to be firing early. There's no doubt about it. This Hobart squad, hungry, got a lot of fire in the belly following last week's defeat, Ronald, so they're really going to have to keep that motivation with them, certainly keep their chemistry going, and hopefully take a massive scalp, what would be the biggest scalp of their season so far, here at home.
So we have a slight issue. I've been kind of told from down court it's a live stats issue, JB. So we're going to hold for an extra 5 minutes here and make sure that live stats are ready to go. So
Well,
in the meantime, we'll just do a bit of filler and continue on, JB, here. You've got something for me?
Well, as we're sitting here, we're going to talk about a potential issue down the bottom here with live stats. Let's talk about the stats that have gone on so far. We'll quickly go back over the Huskies. Again, currently 12th on the ladder, a win-loss record of 4-7. 2 of those 4 wins coming at home, and a big part of the skid certainly started with that defeat against Launceston. Managed to scalp a couple of wins on the road as well, but just not quite the record they wanted. Went 0-2 as we mentioned last week. Lost 94-75 in one of their more disappointing results against Frankston, but pushed it to OT off the back of Jen Schlott, who actually made the NBL1 top 10 plays of the week for round 8. Made a clutch jumper there at the end of regulation to send it to OT. Unfortunately, not able to get the job done. 105-103 defeat there to Eltham. Key players so far for Hobart this year. Ellie Collins having another big year. Had a great year for the Tornadoes in the final Siebel season last year. 17.3 points, 6.5 rebounds, 4.8 assists, and as we know, can be a tear on defence as well. Nearly 2 steals and a block on top there. Pretty good shooting splits, Ellie. 47% from the field, 36% from deep. She's one to watch, a great all-around player. Shana Thompson really stepped up in the last couple of weeks, upped her scoring after a bit of a slump 2 or 3 weeks into the middle of the season. She's at 16.8 points, 3.6 rebounds, 3.3 assists, upping her defence as well with 1.3 steals there. Shooting 40%, that's something Shana will want to lift as well. She's capable of 45, 46% and a deadly outside shooter. So one thing that Geelong will need to keep an eye on tonight. And Taylor Roberts, she's been dominating as well. 15.8 points, 15.8 points, 6.7 rebounds. Gee, 16.7 rebounds would be pretty impressive, Ronnie. 3.7 assists, and she's shooting 54%. But one thing quickly on Ellie, actually set the NWBU women's final scoring record during the week, 55 points in a final for Burnie to put them through to a grand final on the northwest of Tasmania. So Ellie's coming into this game with a bit of form, Ronnie.
Absolutely, she is, and it's great to see that she's dominating at local senior level here in the state, and hopefully she continues that form tonight. We're near the halfway point of the season, JB, as we come up to the June long weekend coming up next weekend, so everyone has a weekend off, JB. Who would you think right now is MVP?
MVP across the league, it's very, very hard. But, I mean, it's certainly very hard to go against someone, you know, particularly like a Magbagor here at the moment. Here, she's been dominating. And, again, really, I think any of the 3 ladies currently playing for Geelong, I mean, you know, a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, they're on the best team. But, I mean, their play is earning them national selection. This isn't just a matter of a good team getting wins. Any of these 3 ladies in Blitzarves, Akuso and Magbagor have to be up there as well. I am just trying to recount who was on the NBL1 show this week, Ronald.
Chelsea Schweers, former Hobart Chargers player, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, Chelsea Schweers, she was on. She's having a ripper season as well, but it's just going to be one of those races, particularly in the women's, where it's going to be very tight. And, I mean, the men's MVP race is certainly going to be tight as well. I actually think Ray Turner's probably leading that one for my liking. We also have DeMarcus Gatlin in the house tonight, and, I mean, he's up there as a contender as well. So, I mean, it's a very open race. I mean, you've only got to see here on Hobart, where we've got 1 minute here from our game commissioner, Josh Byrne. But, I mean, it's a very open race in both MVP categories. And, I mean, a lot of these women in the NBL1 competition are being rewarded with national selection. So that should tell you the kind of talent level that they have. Just quickly as we go through for the Geelong women, top of the ladder, as I mentioned, beat Dandenong last week, 1-0, as we said, 11-1 on the season. Magbagor, 17.6 0.3 rebounds, 1.5 assists. She's been a menace on defence, one of the best defenders here in the league. 2 steals and a block on 53% shooting. Sarah Blitzarves, 16.8 points, 7.7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2.3 steals. A terror on defence as well, 48% from the field. And Akuso, she's been playing well as well. Again, she is in the squad for the Opals for a reason, and also starting tonight. 15.7 points, 7.6 rebounds, 2.1 assists. Shooting 55% from the field, Ronnie. So a very efficient scoring team and a lockdown defensive team. That's why they're the #1 team in the comp.
Well, we're just about to get underway here at the Kingborough Sports Centre here in Kingston as the Hobart Huskies take on the Geelong Supercats. Hello to everyone that is watching from Geelong. Hope you enjoyed the coverage tonight.
Some of the faithful are here as well.
Absolutely, we did mention that. Good to see some Geelong supporters here. They are the typical usual, but Geelong control it to the right of your screen. The ball goes inside to Blitzards as she goes for the pass into Magnagor and gets the opening 2 for the Supercats.
There's that Opal tandem. Blitzards has been a veteran of Seaball level. There's a press there early by Geelong, that defensive pressure, but got to be looking out for that duo all night.
So Thompson back into Schlott. So Schlott looking to continue her good form from last week. Collins inside to Green. Hobart a little bit of an elbow from Green, but referees let that one play as Duck with it now is off and running. He's looking for the runners, has to slow it down. She wanted to go herself, but wasn't there. Ball deflected. Thompson comes down the floor a bit, and now she needs to look for numbers in support. Has to pull it back, goes inside to
pass.
Roberts, and gets a foul and the score, and she'll go to line for 1.
Taylor Roberts, having started the season pretty well, she was advertised during the week as one of the key factors, no doubt about it. There she is delivering on an and one. Great pass inside there by Thompson. Seal just wasn't enough as Roberts goes up strong and heading for the and one.
So Roberts kind of went to the start on the bench last week against Eltham, but back into the starting lineup this week, and good start for her.
Yeah, I think it's more of a tactical move there by Willie Joseph. Just needs to change his lineups a bit. I mean, you've got to look for anything for a result sometimes on a 4 or 5 game skid, and unfortunately just didn't pay off.
Blitzards all the way. Nice drive there.
Straight round the defender, straight through the gap. Defence not able to close up. Inside points have been a problem for both men's and women's teams. They can't allow too many of those tonight.
So Green, now Collins for 3. Just short.
Stood there for a week and a half onto that pass a bit earlier.
So ball comes down. Now that's Blitzards. As she looks inside.
There's
into
the tandem once again.
Good 2-man game, JB, and they get the 2 there.
This is just slowly working very well. Akuso yet to really have an impact on this game, so I think the Huskies just need to be a little wary of that as well.
So 6-3 is our scoreline here, just on 2 minutes in, first quarter, as Roberts puts it to the floor, kicks out to Thompson. Thompson, shot clock at 8 for the Huskies. They need to get busy. Thompson, now Roberts for the unlikely 3, just long, Duck with the rebound.
Hasn't made a three-pointer all season, Taylor. Seldom has she attempted them, and I think that might be why.
Kuso with it now. Back to Blitzards. She looks to Magnagor for the corner 3, and that missed everything. Thompson's there to pick it up, and Hobart come down the floor.
Just noticed Akuso moving very gingerly. I'll keep my eye on that one.
All right. So Collins now swings it to Schlott. So Schlott
had 31 points last week. She's been in good form.
She did, as she goes exploring and then puts up a fake. Roberts from mid-range, yes.
Stretching the D a little bit there, Taylor. Had a mismatch inside on Blitzards. Actually has the height advantage there. However, I think the experience of Blitzards just gives her the advantage.
So Duck gets down to the free throw and then retreats back, and Geelong get into their set. Magnagor. Now Blitzards from downtown, just long. Rebound, Akuso with a tip, and then that fell short. Green with the rebound. Schlott now to Collins. Inside to Roberts. That passed a bit too much, and ball goes out of play.
Just going back down there to that missed tip by Akuso. Poor inside presence there, unfortunately, for the Huskies. Just a lack of awareness defensively. They're going to want to nip that in the bud very quickly.
So, ball gets moved around as Geelong reset here. 6-5 is our scoreline. As Duck, now Magnagor. Looking for Akuso, wasn't there. Then ball then with Baron Casso as Magnagor puts it up. That's off. Good pressure there by the Huskies as Schlott tries to split for a couple and does so. Down the floor she goes. Again, looks for Roberts. In turn, went to Collins instead. Collins puts it on the floor. Now, Roberts. Nice move, but then rejected by Magnagor.
Big block early on in this game. Great rejection there by Magnagor. The Huskies just not able to work it inside as easily as they did in the first couple of minutes. Might want to try and stretch that defence a little.
So Collins to restart. 11 on the shot clock here for the Huskies as Green puts it up from mid-range. That's off.
Good for a double-double most nights. Likes to get herself inside a little more.
Blitzards down the floor now for Geelong. One-on-one with Collins. Magnagor back up to Brazencato. As foul be on Akuso by the sounds of it.
Nah, that one there on Nikki Green.
Sorry, my apologies, folks. That's Nikki Green there.
Just a defensive hold there. Green needing to get and make an impact on this game early. She'll be biting at the bit. As we mentioned, a double-double threat for most of the game here. It'll be interesting to see just how she goes on the glass tonight.
Geelong to restart. Oh, nice pass from Duck inside to Akuso with the hook just short. ducks there for the offensive board and then decides to go for 3, and it was a good option.
Almost wanted to rub that in there to Jen Schlott. Late close out there again. A bit of confusion on the defensive part of the Huskies.
Geelong up by 4, 9-5, 4 minutes played here. Turn number 1 as we come to you from the Kingborough Sports Centre as Green with mid-range is off.
Not a bad jumper. Stretch the defence there again. Wants to work inside.
Blitzards, one-on-one with Thompson. Interesting matchup here. Blitzards gets the better of that, but rejected by Nikki Green on the drive.
Bang! Been waiting to unleash one of those for a good week. Ronald, great block there by Nikki Green. That's exactly what the Huskies want. A good motivation early on. 16
on the shot clock for Geelong as they restart from the baseline. Run their little baseline set here. They're looking for a Kuso, but then they go to Blitzards. Collins was there to nearly tip that one away. Now Blitzards on that screen. Now Duck through 2, up and under, and gets fouled, and she'll go to line for 2. Yes, that one there looks to have been on Collins as it goes through. No, that one has been called on the hands there of Schlott. 2 shots to come there as we look at Duck. She's had a pretty good go so far. A little taller, outsized there on Schlott, so she's going to want to take advantage of that, but certainly been a menace for the Hobart Huskies defence. So Alex Duck to the line. She's been around the league for quite some time now. Started her career at Albury and then misses that free throw there, but she's a good veteran of the league now as the ball comes down to Thompson on the running layup. Has really started to lift her game in the last few weeks. Shana was a little quiet to start the season, but really looking good so far. Blitzards. Now Kuso. Now back to Duck. Duck waiting for that screen. Good action nice there. Inside. Kuso just misses the 2. Schlott there with a rebound, and Hobart are off and running down the floor. She pulls up from mid-range, and that's short. It was a good hesitation dribble. Got the defender off where she needed, just needed to make the basket. Magnigor all the way. Is that an offensive foul? It is. And Geelong is saying she was in the circle, but according to the referees, she was outside the circle. Substitutions being made here. Ronald checking into the game. Rolf and Brancatisano. Yeah, Brancatisano has checked in. We did get that checked as well. Great charge there by Nikki Green. Hobart just doing the little things so far, and it's starting to pay off. 10-7, so low scoring affair so far to start off the first quarter here as Roberts nearly loses the handle. Schlott there to save it. As she goes to the drive on the middle with the floater. Couldn't get some body English on that. Ball goes out of court. Hobart to get it back. Good offensive intent here by Jen Schlott. Willie Joseph has mentioned that Jen is a prominent scorer. They've brought her in for some scoring to certainly complement Shana. So it'd be good to see her get up and about again and potentially go for another 30.9. Green puts it to the floor. Nice move there by Nikki Green, the former WNBA star. Just misses the 2. Rolf with the rebound, and Duck has it now for the Geelong Supercats. Goes into the pass to Akuso, and nice little play there by Alex Duck. Working her way into the game slowly, Akuso, however, having the impact when she does get the ball. So Thompson with it. Goes around to Green. Now, and then miscommunication there as Hobart turned over. And Willie Joseph will call timeout and have a talk to his girls as Geelong lead by 5 with 4:12 remaining in the first quarter. It's Geelong 12, Hobart 7. It's been a very, very interesting game so far, and I'm just having a bit of a look, Ronald. The crowd has slowly filtered in, certainly the bigger crowd, one of the biggest early crowds we've had probably since round 1. So it's good to see all the teams coming out and getting in, all the fans coming out and getting involved. I'm just trying to get some numbers up, be with you momentarily there, but I think our Bring a Sign to Round 9 campaign is slowly starting to work, Ronald, and we seem to have dragged a few people into the building, which is great to see. Yeah, no, we've been trying to pump this one up all week, JB, on our Facebook page, and certainly it's good to see. So as I'm just getting some messages on the offensive foul called. So circle only applies to airborne shooter. The offensive wasn't an airborne shooter. Okay, yep, I agree with that. And just coming back to what we're talking about, Bring a Sign night. Bring a Sign to Round 9. And hopefully we'll have some fans. If some fans are showing some signs here in the crowd. We might get JB down half-time, and we might see if we might do a live half-time interview as play restarts, but good promotion throughout the entire week by the Huskies organisation.
Almost a back court there by Geelong. Very lucky to be over the timeline.
So Rolf, now back to Blitzard, now Kuso. She goes all the way, that's off.
Second chance points, though, going to be pivotal here for Geelong.
Good boards by Geelong early on in this game. Now Blitzards gets the screen from Rolf. Green nearly reached in, but now Blitzards pulls up with a step back, JB, and knocks that one down.
That is why she's in the Opal squad, no doubt about that. Looks to be a quick foul has been called there. As we look, Ronald's actually got the team list there. Brian Catasano has committed the foul there. Just quickly here, as we look at Blitzard, she's got 4 points, 2 assists to start the night, leading the scoring as well for the Geelong Supercats.
So, Schlott to bring it down now. We're just on 3.5 remaining here. Term number 1. There's Collins, now Roberts. Schlott on that pick and roll situation, and Roberts loses the handle. And ball goes out of play.
Yeah, dribbled that off her own foot. Not happy with that, Robert. She's leading the way at the moment, though. 5 points and 1 rebound on 50% scoring. But, again, that loose handle, just a pivotal turnover you can't afford.
No, certainly not. So ball now to Blitzards for 3. Just off. Roberts with the rebound.
She's going to want to impact the play this one. Roberts make up for last time.
Schlott inside to Green. Green goes baseline. And puts it up and gets the foul and should go to the line for 1.
Nikki Green with a basket there. That'll be her first points. 2 points, 3 rebounds there for Nikki Green so far. She's had a slow start to the game, but doing all right as we can see there. So 2 points, 3 rebounds, leading all comers for Hobart in the rebounding department.
Nikki Green has been a good acquirement to this Hobart Huskies team.
Yeah, great inclusion so far. Makes the N1.
She makes that free throw and marching back to 4. 14-10 as our scoreline as Brana Casso now duck in turn to Rolf. Now Blitzards back to Akuso as Geelong move this ball around and trying to make Hobart shift in their defence. Duck. Brana Casso for 3. It's just off. Roberts with the rebound. And now Collins to bring it up. Schlott inside to Green. Green one-on-one. Tough physical play. Now, is that an offensive foul? It is. So no basket. If anything, probably excessive use of the armbar and the elbow on that post play, JB, would probably result in why that was an offensive foul.
Yeah, very aggressive spin there. The defender straight up, no doubt about it. Hit her straight up the middle, so that's where the offensive foul's been called. Brian Catasano with the ball.
So 2.5, just on 2.5 remaining here is the ball inside with Blitzards. Blitzards, try to go to backdoor play to duck. Good idea, but just didn't pay off there for the Supercats.
That's their 3rd turnover of the game. 4 turnovers to Hobart so far, so very minimal lack of efficiency as far as ball in hand so far.
So Thompson with it. So we come to you from the Kingborough Sports Centre here in Kingston on a kind of a mild Hobart day as Schlott looking inside, has to go to Thompson on the 45, spins, back to Green. Green working those post moves once again, not afraid to go back at it, and great work there by Nikki Green for the 2.
She's the tallest lady out on the court there, Ronald. They need to start taking full advantage of Nikki Green down low, a double threat every night for a reason.
So Blitzards, now Kuso. Kuso thought about it, turned it down, and then the ball tried to go to Brana Casso, but wasn't there. Now she has it. She needs to get busy. Now, that's Rolf there for 3 and knocks it down.
Big shot. That extends their lead out to 5 now. 1:40 remaining.
So, good contest here early on, and Hobart just need to find some stops defensively here to really get it back to that kind of 3 to 2 points here to a single bucket. As Schlott has to look for options. Pulls up from the free throw line just long. Geelong had numbers on the rebound and are able to get it to Brana Casso. Now Blitzard. Now to Ralph for back-to-back baskets. Yes.
Good shooting there from Geelong. That extends it out to 7 points. A minute remaining. And Brian Catasano just really tearing it up with ball handling at the moment.
So Finlayson. Now Green. Now backdoor to Roberts. Roberts looking for that option. Has to go back to the top to Green. Green putting on some moves. Nice drive by Nikki Green. And once again, utilising, so I reckon there's some mismatches out on that floor for Nikki Green.
Needs to start utilising his size and has, but the problem is the Huskies need to keep going to her while she's in form. There's no point cutting out a player who's feeling warm.
Blitzards. Has to go to Bran Catasato. Now, back to Rolf for a third in a row. Not there. Green with the rebound. Ball got deflected and last touch, and Hobart will get it back with 24 seconds remaining.
Greenwood checking into the game here as Taylor Roberts heads to the bench. That was the fourth rebound there for Nikki Green. 7 points, 4 rebounds. She's on track to have a monster game. Needs to get the ball a little more inside, though. I think her teammates are starting to sense it a bit.
So Finlayson, you would think Hobart will hold for the shot here.
Shot clock is, in fact, 1 second ahead of the game clock here, Ronald.
Absolutely it is, as Schlott, good defensive pressure there by Branacasso. She continues to explore again, good pressure by the Supercats, and we'll go to Geelong. Last touch now was one referee saying it was off Hobart last, but referees will come for a conference, and yeah, Hobart to get it back.
It certainly looked on camera to be straight off the off the Geelong player, but that was not the, well, it certainly didn't seem to be the case in one umpire. But it's referee, it's certainly gone at that now. Andrew Johnson just confirming with the bench how much we're going to have on the shot clock. I believe it's anywhere between 2 and 4 seconds. We'll see what happens here. But the Huskies probably needing to get a basket potential and 1 or a 3 here just to really narrow that margin, make it a 1-possession ball game, and essentially only look at the scoreboard as, you know, a 2-zip margin heading into the quarter time break.
So Thompson on cue puts it up just off. Blitzards with the rebound, and that will see us out to quarter time, JB, as it's Hobart 14, Geelong 19, and Geelong up by 5 at quarter time.
Yes, Geelong up by 5 at quarter time. They've dominated the glass and they've dominated on their end of the floor. Good ball movement and good ball handling. Bran Catasano certainly being a bonus there. Duck being a bonus there as well. But again, the big three of Magdeburg, Blitzarves and Akuso certainly making a difference. As we look at some team shooting numbers here, Geelong leading both the field, well, leading all categories rather than free throws. 2 free throws each attempted, 100% to Hobart, 50% to Geelong, but they're leading field goals, 2-pointers and 3-pointers. So connecting on the offensive end there, no doubt about it. As we head to the general team statistics, Geelong are out-rebounding Hobart 13-10, out-passing them 5-2. Steals in the favour of Hobart, however, blocks to the Supercats. So a balance there, you know, great defensive battle inside and out, but I just think they need to head to Nikki Green a little bit more, the Huskies.
All right, if you're the Geelong coach right now, and obviously David Herbert not here tonight, he's obviously absent, so it's one of the assistant coaches taking over tonight. What's his message to the girls right now?
I think it's just a matter, again, they've got to realise that Nikki Green is going to be utilised here. Some of the height here has probably surprised the Supercats with Nikki Green and Taylor Roberts. So I think it's just going to be a matter of actually utilising it's actually going to be a matter of understanding how Hobart's going to utilise that height. It's very clear and very obvious that Blitzarves, Magdeburg and Akuso are going to try and take advantage of their turn on the glass, and they are leading that at the moment. But I think it's just a matter of defending that. I think it's a matter of switching, and again, particularly with their ball handling, you know, at the moment they are switching it up really well. They're able to get the passes they want. I think they just need to understand it's definitely got to be an execution thing moving into this second quarter. And again, they've got to really be a bit of a motivating factor too. That look, these guys are sitting at where Hobart is sitting at 12 on the ladder. We're number 1. We're not playing like a side that's playing against a number 12 side. So I think he's going to want the intensity to lift, and he's going to want to see this margin well into double figures by halftime.
Just quickly, do you think maybe Hobart's attitude now is play with nothing to lose and not worry about wins, numbers, stats?
I don't think there should be a player in the league that runs around worrying about their own stats. If you're worried about your own stats, you're in the wrong kind of sport. At this point, I do agree with playing like they're playing with nothing to lose, but at the same time, they need to play structured basketball. They can't go outside of their system and their structure because it's proven that it works.
So play has restarted here, quarter number 2, as Collins goes all the way, and the up and under works for Ellie Collins.
Very, very interesting shot there. Ellie went with the right hand, regardless of the fact that Blitzarves was there, the defender, right in her face. Interesting shot.
So, ball inside to Blitzards as Blitzards puts up a tough turnaround J. That's off. Rolf with the rebound. Has to kick it out to, that is Branacasso, as ball gets kicked around. And Blitzard's now for a 2 at the top of the key. Just off Green with the rebound.
Yep, Nikki Green needs to start controlling that rebounds. Willie Joseph wanted that first rebound, didn't get it, wasn't happy. Needs to be happy, though, that he's managed to clear up the second chance opportunity.
Thompson at the top of the key. Now Collins. Collins looks inside to Green. Green one-on-one with Akuso. Nice move by Green. Misses the 2. Rebound by Blitzards, and Geelong are off and running as they come down the floor.
Yeah, Blitzard's now with the ball. Has kicked it over to Roll. She had a good end of that second quarter. Oh, it's first quarter, I should say, and she started the second quarter really well, Ronald.
Yeah, she certainly has, JB. Great shooting there by Ebony Ralph. As ball now with Green, and all of a sudden the lead's back out to 6. 22-16 is our scoreline here from the Kingborough Sports Centre as Thompson tries to put up a ball fake and some moves on Brandon Casso as Collins. Now Thompson again, yes!
Oh, right in Brancatasano's face. But good defence from Brian Catasano so far. She's really challenging Shana. The perimeter defence is really challenging Shana, and certainly limited options by the Huskies. There's Brian Catasano for 3 herself, chasing her own rebound. They can't allow that, the Huskies.
No.
Easy second chance opportunities.
They certainly can't, JB. And then Thompson turns it over, and the two sisters will combine as Branicasso gets the 2.
Brian Catasano to Brian Catasano. Greenwood on the chase there, unable to get it done. But now a 5-point margin here in Geelong, starting to hit their straps.
They certainly are. You can't give Geelong an inch, otherwise they will take it for an advantage there. Greenwood. Now Finlayson. Finlayson puts it on the floor. Now back to Greenwood. Hobart, and then rejected by Ralph as Greenwood tried to put up the shot. Brana Casso coming down the floor with it now. She looks around for her options. Now Akuso for 3. Yes.
Coach Joseph seriously got to try and get his girls in as soon as possible. I wouldn't be surprised whether they take a timeout as soon as they can. It's now an 8-point game and things slowly moving away from the favour of the Huskies.
So Finlayson, the second unit here of Hobart, needs to really get a move on as Green putting on some moves, goes one-on-one with Akuso, up and under. That missed everything. Ralph with the rebound. Now, Brancasato, apologies there, as she goes baseline. Good passing by Geelong, and Akuso will get the 2, and timeout will be called here. Willie Joseph wants to talk it over, and all of a sudden we're out to a 10-point lead. 29-19 is our scoreline.
Big things that have hurt the Huskies this year, continuing to hurt the Huskies. This is a second, third, one of those quarter lapses that they have. But again, big factors that have been proven so far for the Huskies. Bench production has been at a minimal. That really needs to lift, and I think Coach Joseph is certainly going to emphasise that. A big thing is second chance opportunities and crashing the glass. They're not crashing the glass. They're not getting the second chance opportunities. They're being killed offensive rebounds, 6-2. Killed in the rebounds, 18-12. Turn the ball over more at this point. They're not converting on their attempts. You know, Geelong now on a 7-0 scoring run before... Yes, currently on a 7-0 scoring run. So there's going to be a lot of work here to be done as we quickly have a look here. Rolf really on fire. Ended that first quarter really, really strong. Started the second quarter just as strong. She has 8 points, 5 rebounds, and has been arguably the best player for Geelong so far. Meanwhile, Nikki Green, 7 points, 5 rebounds, hasn't added to her points total. I just think they need to maybe open up the lane, Hobart. They've got to start doing something. Get an isolation on their big inside and let them go to work. Spread the floor, you know, come in and crash the glass when you need to, but you also need to be able to leak out. So a lot of challenges coming through, but full credit to Geelong needs to be given. This is why they're the #1 team in the league.
Absolutely, JB, and they're showing that tonight at the moment. So Hobart needs to get something going here in order to spark a bit of a run themselves here as Greenwood with the ball carrying duties. Now Schlott. Now Collins at the top.
Schlott without a basket so far tonight, needs to get to work.
Collins with an up and under once again, and good drive there by Ellie Collins.
Essentially a replay of what started this quarter up there. Only her 4th points of the game as well. So again, these key players for Hobart just not getting involved enough.
Blitzars with it. Goes cross court to Rolf, then Brand Catasado. Now ball got deflected by Roberts on Akuso. Akuso gets it back, kicks it out to Brand Catasano for 3 and knocks it down.
Bang! Beautiful shot there by Brand Catasano. Both the sisters really, really having a red-hot crack so far, combining with this talented Opals members. So we just have a bit of a collision there.
Yeah,
but
no call there. Willie Joseph on the foul. Referees didn't see it that way. As Collins with it now, gets the screen from Greenwood. Greenwood goes down the floor as well. Bodies flying everywhere, JB. Roberts, one-on-one with Akuso. Has to kick it out. Finlayson for the unlikely three. That's off. Bran Canisato with the ball carrying duties now for Geelong. Off and running. Back to pretty much his sister. Blitzards to Bran Canisato.
Has missed. Chasing the ball. Second opportunities again. Geelong really capitalising.
So, again, Geelong just hustling that extra little bit harder as ball goes baseline. Now, Akuso has it.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar-esque.
Yes, JB. She got fouled and will go to line for two.
Something tells me that Kareem didn't have that quite a long hair and a bit of a bun on top. Substitution has been called? No, not sure. Shana's just gone back to the bench there. She looked to be ready to go in for Schlott, who's been quiet. But, I mean, just quickly here, as Akuso goes to the line, she's had a very quiet 7 points, but she's managed to get the job done here. That'll be her 8th, 7 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 43% shooting. She'll want to improve that there. But, I mean, she's done tremendously well. She's made both free throws there, 100% from the line, and she's made her three-point attempt, so she's proving very dynamic at the moment.
So, marching out to 13 here. We've just gone halfway in the second quarter here at the Kingborough Sports Centre. And Schlott with it. Gets that screen from Finlayson. Now kicks it out to Collins. Shot clock at 10 for Hobart. They need to get busy here. Collins goes one way, then the other. Nice bounce pass into Finlayson. Good little backdoor play there by the Huskies, and Alex Finlayson will go to the line for two.
Geelong really forcing the Huskies to play what would essentially be, when you're looking at the hoop, the right side of the floor. There just quickly as Duck checks in. She's checking in for Akuso. Thompson checking in for Greenwood. But Finlayson coming in off the bench. She's one of those senior players that needs to provide that spark as well. She's played at C-ball level. She's played senior basketball for a long, long time. And production is certainly needed as she unfortunately goes around the world there. Doesn't make that one. But again, Finlayson, one of those players, really needs to step up here. I'm surprised we've got Nikki Green on the bench at the moment. I wouldn't be shocked whether the next substitution sees her in the game as Finlayson makes that one.
Hobart might be going a little bit small ball, JB. Is Duck with it now. Ralph. Now Bran Catasano. The other Bran Canisato as Blitzards puts it up. She got fouled, and that ball nearly went in, but she'll go to the line for two.
Both players asking the question with their arms up. That foul there on number 9, Taylor Roberts. That one not helpful there. The Huskies really just starting to slip a little bit here. That'll be Roberts' second foul of the night. 34-22. Blitzards heading to the foul line, as we mentioned, recently selected in the Australian Opal squad of 18. That one to narrow down with their next camp, I believe, is July, August, Ronald. So that will narrow down both squads, but certainly just shows you the level of talent at NBL1 this year.
It's great to see that level of talent in our league, and we're very grateful for it. As Hobart have it now with Roberts. She's looking back door. She had Thompson there, but not there. As Schlott goes through a couple, puts it up, and will get the basket, and will go to the line for one.
They will be Schlott's first points of the night. She's been pushing hard and controlling the ball, but needs to hit the scoreboard. 24-36, our score line here in favour of the Geelong Supercats. 4:31 remaining here in the first quarter. But again, Schlott, a capable scorer. She's been doing it. That's why she was recruited. Had 30 last week. Hit that big shot. She's made the free throw there. And they just need a little bit more out of Jen Schlott here to finish the first half.
Margin back at 11 now for the Huskies. As Bran Catasano. Bran Catasano. Thank you, JB. As I'm good work on that half-time break.
Discombobulated. She's made the three nonetheless, but a great shot there, and that extends the margin back to 14.
So Finlayson now with it. Now Roberts. Finlayson wanted to go back door. Thompson goes back door now.
Nice
and it was a good option, but she misses the first. Gets her own rebound, misses the second. And then the rebound there by, that's Bran Canisato.
There we are.
Now off and running. She goes for the two
fake.
herself. Good pass fake. We don't see that a lot in our game at the moment. Now Thompson with it. As the ball quickly comes back down the floor for Hobart. Schlott inside to Roberts on that play. Rolf was equal to the challenge defensively, and Duck has it now for the Geelong.
As they head down the floor, just spreading the court there. Blitzards wanting the ball. Rolf being very helpful so far as well, but that is just wide open, makes it. That's just rotation on the defensive end from the Huskies. That's how you capitalise on it. Open shooter makes the basket.
Yeah, poor defence there by the Huskies, and all of a sudden that margin is now out
17.
to 17 points, JB. Thompson
Open
goes
lane.
herself, and she goes, well, she goes to the floor. She gets the 2 off a great drive. No call there.
Could have driven a steamship down the lane. Great way to capitalise on an open opportunity.
So Rolf now duck in terms of Brian Canisato. As the ball goes inside, back to Rolf, puts up that mini J and knocks it down.
There's some defensive questions being asked there. Looks like almost some infighting there from the Huskies. They can't afford that this early on in the game. Nikki Green ready to check in, though.
Some miscommunication, you would think, JB, on the defensive end as Roberts puts up a nice post move and makes the 2.
They need to start utilising the left side of that basket. A lot of the offence running on the right side there. Geelong really shutting it down, picking up, and certainly a reason why the Huskies are struggling to make inroads into this margin.
So Rolf, now Bran Canisato with it. She goes all the way over Roberts, not there, and foul's been called. Well, let's just see who it's on. Yes, the foul was on Bran Canisato.
As Finlayson heads out there, Nikki Green back in. Meanwhile, that also looks like Akuso heads in for Bran Catasano, who's headed out there. Bran Catasano, Isa. Bran Catasano. One of the two. She's one. Is a Bran Catasano.
Yep. We'll work on that throughout the broadcast. So Green with it. Now Schlott. Just on 2 minutes remaining here as Schlott goes for 3. That's off. Akuso with the rebound. Duck to bring it up. Now we're marching out to 15 at the moment here. It's Blitzards. Now Akuso. Now in terms of Duck thinking about it and puts it to the floor. Rolf, she doesn't hesitate, puts it up just off.
Thought we were looking at a friendly bounce from our angle there, Ronald, but a great start by Rolf. 10 points, 5 rebounds, has been Geelong's impact player.
Collins looking for the back door, was not on. Thompson now inside to Roberts. Roberts needs to think about what she's going to do, and she gets the 2 off that nice little move there.
Yeah, dragged the contact there on Rolf, who looks a little sore there, but Roberts really working nicely inside the last couple of minutes.
As Blitzards goes baseline, has to kick it out to Akuso. Akuso with a tough shot and fouled by Green, and she'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, body contact there, putting Akuso to the line, the Opal squad member. That foul, again, committed by Green as we look. That's her 3rd. Josie Greenwood will come into this game, and we've got 3 foul. Yep, Isa and Charlie confirmed there. But Greenwood will come in as Green herself heads out. That's her 3rd foul of the half, Ronald. We can't afford to have foul trouble here, particularly for some of the better players. But certainly from a Huskies perspective, we don't want to see Green not involved in this game. As Akuso makes the first free throw there. But 3 fouls so far for Nikki Green, sees her with 7 points and 5 rebounds.
And I've just had an update from a viewer in regards to Southern Huskies game. We'll get to that at half-time, though, JB. Bran Canisato for 3.
No friendly roll there.
No. Collins with the O board, as Collins will take it up the floor now. Looking for her options. Now, Greenwood. Schlott pulls up from the free throw. Oh, 2 pieces of the rim without success.
Even tried to bite a bit off the glass. Bank not open this late on a Friday night, however.
Rolf with some moves. One to go to Duck.
Darren Richards getting out of the way.
Takes out Darren Richards, of course. His son Jacob Richards playing tonight in the men's game. That is coming up next at 8 o'clock for you. And, of course, Jacob Richards' birthday. We'll touch more on that in the men's game as Schlott. Now Greenwood here. We're under a minute to play here in term number 2. Before the major break, Roberts from mid-range. And again, that rattled out with no success.
The Huskies having some trouble with these Kingston rims. They're on the home floor, but they're just struggling to get a friendly roll. Blitzarves now for 3. Got to take that miss.
No, just off. We had a good look at that one, JB, as Schlott goes up the floor to Collins. Collins.
1 shot left in it, Ronald. I think they're going to really make the most of this possession.
Shot clock and game clock within a second here as Schlott looks for a 1-4 flat, potentially. No, they'll move the ball around. Collins hasn't now. Shot clock at 6.
Good defence there by Blitzarves. Great defence by Blitzarves.
Good sequence here by the Supercats, but a foul's been called on Blitzarves, and the Huskies will go to the line for 2 shots.
Yeah, just her arms leaning over the top there. Did absolutely nothing wrong on the slide. Had Collins in some serious trouble, but nonetheless, arms leaning over, taking the contact. That'll see Collins to the line for 2, just wanting to close this to 12 points heading into half.
So Collins to the line for 2, and she knocks down the first.
Collins so far on the night. 5 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, 67% from the field. She makes the second one as well. Geelong gonna need to try and make this one. 2 seconds, 1 second. Duck needs to get it up. Floating shot off the glass, no good. And we'll head into half time, ladies and gentlemen. It's 45-33 in favour of Geelong, Ronald.
Yes, no, good first half by Geelong, and certainly they are up and about as they go into the locker room. And what do Hobart need to talk about in the locker room at halftime, JB?
Rebounding, second chance opportunities, maintaining possession of the ball, probably spreading their offense a little bit as well. But it is certainly tough because when you really try and look at it, Geelong really aren't doing much. I mean, probably Hobart need to spread their defense a little bit as well. But I mean, as we sit and look at it here, they're not doing much wrong. They're just really spreading their offense. And, I mean, it's a reason Geelong are the number one side in the league.
All right. I did mention this briefly that we had, for those Tasmanian viewers that do follow the Southern Huskies in the New Zealand NBL competition, we do have a result coming out of New Zealand as the Southern Huskies are on the road this weekend. They got the win over the...
Defeated the Taranaki Mountaineers.
114 to 90, so 114 to 90, and the Southern Huskies get the win there. So great, thanks very much to great viewers letting us know what was going on there. So good win by the Southern Huskies, JB, but our attention is more here at half-time, and we can see the Geelong coaches having a quick talk. We mentioned about what Hobart wanted to talk about in the locker room. What do Geelong need to talk about in the locker room at half-time?
I think the thing with Geelong is they've just allowed too many inside passes to... They've probably allowed too many inside passes to end this game, and it hasn't, or to end that half, and it certainly isn't exactly what they would have wanted. I mean, we had good defence there from Blitzarves to end the quarter there on Collins, but I mean, Taylor Roberts just working away inside too easy. Shana Thompson working away inside too easy. So not exactly what they would have liked. However, they need to be confident that on their offensive end, they're forcing Geelong to really spread. Geelong need to be confident they're forcing Hobart to spread their defence probably a little too much, and they are getting these open shooters. So I think they just need to remain confident on that front, that although their defence isn't necessarily sticking, they're not being counteracted offensively. And as long as you've got the best score at the end of the night, Ronald, that's all that matters.
All right, half-time here, 45-33 is our score line. We'll take a break for a few minutes, and then we'll come back with the second half from the Kingborough Sports Centre. Welcome back. Half-time here at the women's game. We're less than 90 seconds before the start of the third quarter. 45-33 is our scoreline. Ron Riggs, Justin Bryan with you here in Cromarty tonight from the Kingross Sports Centre. Coming up, of course, next at 8 o'clock is the men's game between Hobart and Geelong. So if you're sticking around for the doubleheader tonight, be sure to tune in as we are live by the screens of the NBL YouTube channel. And it's great to have your company with us tonight. And again, a shout out to all the Geelong supporters watching your team, the Geelong Supercats, tonight, and also to anyone that couldn't make it out to the game tonight here locally here in Hobart. A shout out to you as well, and hello to you if you're watching the broadcast from your home. It's been a cold week. So both teams in their huddles respectively. There's Willie Joseph, and now I'm not sure if it's Alan McKee or Nick Ford. It's one of the assistant coaches down there taking the reins tonight for the Supercats, as Dave de Herbert is not available tonight, as Justin Bryan will come into the broadcast as well too. Now he's just been checking out the Bring a Sign competition that he's been running all week.
Yes, Ronald, we definitely have.
And how did you go?
I've found one that's been waving around during the game, so I've gone and spoken to the family of that young supporter, and we'll check that out a bit more at half-time. But we definitely have locked in one winner so far, so congratulations to the young fella. Great
to see. And great to see fans bring some signs out. That's what we want to see, JB. Support for the support for the Hobart Huskies, and great to see they're getting creative and decorative.
Need to bring some atmosphere to the game. I mean, Kingborough's one of those stadiums, even the opposition say, 600 to 800 people straight over the top of you is very hard to compete against, so the more atmosphere, the better. All
right, we are underway. Term number 3 is Geelong. Go to the left of your screen as Blitzarves fires from downtown, just flat. Akuso with the rebound, puts it back up, and another O-board for the Geelong Supercats along with the 2.
Another O-board, as you mentioned there, Ronald, and they are killing it in the offensive rebounds there at the moment. 9-3 now, and that second chance opportunity certainly helped that.
Roberts goes cross-court to Collins. Duck nearly took it away from her. Cross-court now to Schlott. Roberts, Thompson from downtown, just flat as the rebound comes to Blitzards, and Geelong are off and running. Down to Duck, ball got deflected. Brandon Casso there for the 2.
Brandon Cassano inside. She started this second quarter well, and good momentum there for Geelong, just able to stop that ball movement, the Huskies, and capitalise on the other end.
So Schlott, now Green, good passing by Hobart. Easy play, but Roberts misses the 2, and Duck with the rebound.
That high-low action is certainly something they're going to want to use, the Huskies. They can do it because they've got 2 of the tallest players in the league. Lovely spin on the baseline, missed that one. But
Magnagor there trying to put that one up, but couldn't get it to fall, as Schlott works one-on-one over Blitzards, but good defensive pressure there by Sarah Blitzard.
Just a little small to try and challenge that one there. Schlott always at a disadvantage, particularly going up against Blitzards.
So ball with Brandon Casso. As the ball comes to Akuso. Now in turn, back to Blitzards. Shot clock at 8 for the Supercats. Down low into Akuso, and it was a good option.
And that is how you capitalise on a high-low option there. Great pick and pop there. Spread the floor, open up that bottom corner of the low post, and score with ease.
Collins, now Schlott. Thompson at the corner. Green wants it inside. Now double team Thompson is by Duck and Magnagor, as ball goes out of play, and Hobart to get it back.
Good pressure there from Geelong. 8:05 here in the first quarter as we go on with that one there. Just give the camera a little bit of angle there. There we go. But yeah, great start here by Geelong. Good pressure, and they're now out to an 18-point lead.
So Kuso, now Blitzards. Goes into Kuso down low. Kuso, nice skyhook, and gets the roll. And Willie Joseph has seen enough. We've only just played 2 minutes and 7 seconds in the third, JB, and Hobart need to talk it over.
Visibly upset, Coach Willie Joseph. It's now a 20-point lead, and this is a lead that really could have been knocked down to almost single digits early. However, it's now out to 20 points. He's visually angry and upset there. Geelong just really have to be happy with this 2-man game they're running at all facets. If it's not a high-low option, it's a pick and pop, it's swing passing. They're doing everything right. Let's not take away from Geelong here. Of course, Hobart have had their lapses, but there's no doubt about it. Geelong are showing why they are the number 1 side in the league. They're 11-1. They're travelling on the road, and they are flying, Ronald.
Oh, absolutely. Great, strong start by the Supercats. Here to start off this third quarter. So Willie Joseph very animated in his timeout. You can still see the body language there, JB. He's really wanting his girls to step up.
Needs them to lift, and there's no doubt about it. They're trailing in the field. They're trailing from deep. They are leading the free throws, but probably not getting there as much as they would have liked. They're losing the rebound battle by 9, however, and again, got to get the rebounds and got to get second chance opportunities. If they're not doing that, they're not going to win the game. Losing the O-board battle as well, but passing, ball movement, a big factor here. Geelong killing the Huskies, literally 14-3 in assists. So ball movement needs to be pivotal here for the Huskies in the second half if they're a chance at this game.
Margin is out to 20. Hobart needs to find something to get going. Can this be the one? No, because Collins misses the 3. Akuso with the rebound now off to Duck. Duck down the floor.
What a
Great
pass.
A Blitzards for the 2.
I'll tell you what, that's a top 10 player of the week, player of the week
word.
contender. Beautiful over the defence there, up and underscore. Geelong just have everything going their way right now.
So Collins, now Roberts at the free throw. Back to Schlott. Schlott puts it to the floor. Good ball fake. Thompson
Needs
from the
this.
corner. Just short. Blitzards with the rebound.
Effort on the glass is certainly going to pay off here for Geelong in the end. They're already up 22.
Brand Canasano.
There we go. Well done, Ronnie.
Akuso. Now back to Brand Canasano. Inside to Magnigor. Shot clock at 10. Ball deflected by Collins. No, last touch off Blitzards and Hobart to get it back.
Blitzard's not arguing that. I think she thought a bit of a power walk there towards the ball might have got her over the line. Didn't quite do a good deflection there by Collins, who has probably been the best defender this Husky squad's had all season.
So Schlott with it now. 22 is our margin. As Collins goes cross court to Thompson.
Defensive rotation there by Geelong has been very, very good.
So Green now, Collins. Collins puts it to the floor. Good hesitation move. And the up and under again seems to be a valuable move here for Ellie Collins as she gets fouled.
Akuso with the block there. She wasn't very impressed with the call. Nonetheless, body contact made. But Collins really using her initiative there, going up and under. I would probably like to see Ellie sort of not necessarily shoot over the defence, but certainly use her post game a little more, because eventually tired legs will cause those up and unders not to work. Makes the free throw there. She's had a reasonable game so far. Ellie Collins would really want to improve on that. However, that was her 7th point of the match. Misses the second.
So Blitzards comes down the floor with it now, kicks out, Duck, and Duck had a foot on the line. Of course, it's the blue lines here at the Kingborough Sports Centre, or light blue lines, I should say.
As one particular comment would say, Ronald, that was out of bounds, and unfortunately it hasn't paid off for Geelong.
Absolutely. Good reference there, JB. Yes, Schlott.
Throwing elbows here in the box.
Yes, we are too now. Sorry about that. Collins for the 3. That's flat. Rebound there by Akuso for Geelong as Blitzards comes down the floor with it now for the Supercats. She looks around. Nice little crossover. So now Duck. Now Akuso. Brand Canasano thinks about it. Goes to Magnigor. She goes all the way, and it was a good option. She gets fouled and will go to the line for 1.
Yeah, hit on that off arm. Used that well to protect herself from the defender. Contact was made there. Nothing illegal from the offense. Defense clearly violating there. That'll send her to the line. Magbagor 6 points on the night. Looking for her 7th here as she heads to the line.
And we'll make it.
Make that as well. So that's 7 points, 2 rebounds there, 50% shooting. So a nice efficient night from the Opal squad member.
So, marching out to 24 here. 58-34 is our scoreline here as Collins goes to Green. Now hand off to Thompson. Shot clock at 8 for the Huskies. Green, Collins for downtown, just long. And nice little tap by Kuso to Brand Canasano as she is off and running. Now with Blitzards. Blitzards from the elbow. That missed everything.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be a swish, Ronnie, but we've collected nothing but glass. That one's going to need a bit of a wash after that. Ball now to Collins, drives baseline, what a contact. Almost travelled. That one's been knocked out of bounds, and that will go the way of the Huskies.
Yes, so we'll go back to Hobart. Substitution being made.
It's a sister for sister there. Brand Canasano for Brand Canasano. And Taylor Roberts just heading off. She's had a rough couple of weeks, Taylor, slowly wanting to work her way back into a mojo there. But Finlayson hopefully wanting to complement this small ball lineup of the Huskies.
So Green, now Collins. Collins gets that on ball. Now puts on some moves. Good pressure there by Blitzards. Brand Canasano with the deflection, but Schlott to get it back. Green has it. Now to Collins, they need to get it up. Good defensive sequence by the Supercats, but Green nearly saved it with a bailout jumper, but it wasn't there.
Finlayson was never looking like grabbing that rebound over Magdeburg there.
And ball got deflected. Geelong to get it back, and of course Geelong were quite happy with that little transition play there.
Yes, very happy there, and that's what they want. They need to force Hobart to really waste a lot of clock. I mean, we're already halfway through the quarter here, Ronald, and it really has been one-way traffic here for Geelong.
Absolutely. Schlott with it now. She comes up the floor. She goes up against McNagor. As the ball gets moved around now. So Collins puts it to the floor. Thought about the pass, but then puts up a tough shot. Green's there for the O board. Good hands there by Blitzarves.
Schlott open,
three.
bang!
Yes.
That's what you need. You need to get the defensive mismatch. Hobart really need to get up and going, get on a bicycle and ride from this point.
Margin 21. As the ball gets moved around here. Kuso now into McNagor, who makes the two on the foul. That'll be on Ellie Collins, and McNagor will go to the line for one.
Yes, McNagor there, her 9th points of the game so far. She's had a big third here, having an impact as Ralph checks into the game, and Akuso heading out. 16 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. She's had a massive game so far, really complimented the team and certainly showed why the young lady is in the Opal squad. McNagor wanting to go to at the line here, wanting to make it a 24-point game, and does.
This is blown out to some precaution now, JB. Hobart really need to work hard and rally back. This is a tough margin to work it back from too. As Thompson for 3. Yes.
Finally a shot there from Hobart, but one thing again I've noticed Geelong are doing, they're forcing Hobart to work from the right side of the floor as you look at the basket. Now, if they're going to continue to do that, they're going to continue to have success. Hobart need to just move that ball once again and change it up a little.
So Brian Canasano with the ball inside to McNagor. Ball gets moved around. Good ball movement by the Supercats as Blitzarves just long on the 3.
Duck with a rebound.
Duck with the O board. Back to Brian Canasano. Duck inside to McNagor. One-on-one with Collins. Puts up the tough shot and banks it off the window,
bang.
JB.
Second opportunity once again. The O rebound margin now out 10-5. Rebounds out 36-24. Thompson back-to-back threes. Bang. And this game just going a little back and forth, Ronald.
Yeah, back to 20 now, but Hobart needs some stops as Brian Canasano comes down the floor and has to retreat back. So ball gets moved around by the Supercats. Duck on the move and good option. She got fouled, and it looks like Nikki Green saying to Thompson there, get to the rotation a little bit quicker by the sounds of it.
Yeah, just some frustration there, and I mean, Green feeling like she had to bail out. That will be her 4th foul there. Roberts having to check in. Yes, confirmed there. Nikki Green, 4th foul. That was a sacrificial foul she had to give. Otherwise, it was an easy basket, but Green now looking down the barrel that her next foul, she's out, and that could really change the complexion of this game even more. Duck making the shot there. 4.6 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. That'll be her 5th point, I should say, but she's having a good all-round game. I mean, the thing with the guards is she makes the second one there. Brian Catasano having an impact as well. It's just good to see the perimeter players of Geelong are able to spread that ball. They're not worried about scoring. They're not necessarily worried about passing. They're out there to do their job, bring the ball up, bit of ball movement, and get the offense moving.
All right, Thompson with it. Now Finlayson in terms of Schlott. Schlott looks at her options and has to get the spacing right for the Huskies. Collins for 3 and knocks it down.
Well, that's what she needs to do. Ellie Collins, a proven commodity in this league. That takes her out to 10 points, and she's going to want to up her impact here, ending the 3rd quarter.
So McNagor out to Duck, inside to Blitzarves. Mismatch here with Finlayson. Ball gets kicked out to Ralph. Ball gets to now Duck. Shot clock at 7 here for the Supercats. Need to get busy. Good defensive pressure by the Huskies, and that's the stop they're looking for.
That's the kind of stop they need to continue to have. Good rotation, good talk, good communication.
And then a bad turnover there, JB.
However, this is something, as we quickly see, Varley checking in for her first minutes, or limited minutes, I should say. Duck checking out there. But one thing that certainly hurt Hobart, it's all right to get stops, but they don't capitalise on the other end, and that's a prime example. Turnover numbers now in favour of Hobart, who are leading it 8-7, so not as many as you would have liked, but certainly second opportunity points costing them dearly.
So that's now
Varley
on the floor. Brian Canasano.
That's a name we've called a few times.
It is. We're starting to get used to it. Rolf for 3,
Whoa.
just long. Roberts with the rebound. Schlott has the ball and bring it up for the Huskies.
19-point game. She's going to want to score here.
Yep, and on cue, JB, she puts it up. She got fouled, and we'll go to the line for 2.
Proven scorer again. She's had 30-point games across the league this year. She's going to need to really up her game here in the fourth quarter. Schlott is leading the way with 3 assists, 6 points, 2 rebounds. So she's doing as much as she can. Ellie Collins, as I mentioned, with 10 points. Shana Thompson, a quiet 13 points. Those big threes so far in this quarter as Schlott makes that one there, but certainly big contributors there for Geelong. McGregor, 12 points, 3 rebounds. Rolfe, 10 points, 5 rebounds. Hasn't added on to half-time. Schlott makes the second one there, and that moves us to a 16-point ball game, Ronald, and things slowly ticking. 16? No, 17. It didn't. 17. I must have just looked up after the tick over. But 17 points, and things slowly working back for Hobart.
So Blitzar's with it at the top of the key, looking at her options. And she puts on some moves against Thompson. McGregor. Now to Barley, and she puts up a 3, and now foul. Now, will this be on Blitzarves? I think it might be. Yep, it is.
Offensive foul there on Blitzarves, put Thompson to the floor. Thompson very adept at drawing contact there from pesky offensive players as Blitzarves will head to the floor, head to the bench. That's only her 3rd, so she's got a couple up her sleeve heading into the fourth quarter, but 17 points here, and the Huskies just slowly chipping away.
All right, so Schlott. Now Finlayson looking inside to Roberts, turns it down. Thompson with it here, and good pressure there. As now is that Brand Catasano?
It is Brand Catasano.
It is. I just trying to pick up the number there, JB. It's McGregor has it now. 1-on-1 with Roberts. Fans want to travel. Referees didn't see it that way, and they get the 2 out of it.
I think the spin into a sudden stop made the deception there, but nonetheless, Collins wanting to go inside, up and under, didn't work that time.
So McGregor with it as she comes down the floor for the Super Cats. Goes inside to Akuso and just using her body and strength, JB, and gets another 2.
Just too big, just too strong, just too good. Took great advantage of the mismatch, and we're in the final minute of the quarter, Ronald.
We certainly are, JB. 69-48 our scoreline here from the Kingborough Sports Centre. Schlott with the floater just off, and Akuso with the rebound.
Played well here, Akuso. Worked her way into the game slowly, but hasn't taken away from her teammates. Certainly beneficial. As the turnover nearly there from Geelong.
Yeah, good pressure there by the Huskies from Schlott. Now ball with Rolfe. And then all of a sudden, turnover here for the Super Cats.
Huskies need to slow down and look at the clock. They need to get a score. Only 1 shot left.
Ball inside to Roberts. 1-on-1 with Akuso. Roberts with the nice little hook, but didn't get it off glass on that occasion.
Huskies should have probably slowed that possession down, really whittled the clock back instead.
Final play as Thompson fouls Brand Catasano.
Only the 4th foul there by the Huskies. That'll be their, as I mentioned, their 4th. 6.8 remaining here. And instead of this game looking potentially at a 17 to 16 point margin, we could see it go well into 23, 24 point range heading into the last.
So 6.8 remaining in the 3rd here. Geelong to restart it as McGregor. Now Brand Catasano.
3 seconds remaining.
Off to Rolfe for 2. That's short. Collins with the rebound. That will see us out here at 3/4 time. And Geelong take a comfortable 21-point lead. It's Geelong 69, Hobart 48.
Big start there to the 3rd quarter, and it just hasn't been pegged back yet. Full advantage been, taken by Geelong as we look at the 3/4 time comparison here. 46 to 34 in the shooting for Geelong. 54-34 from 2, 33 each from deep. 83% from the stripe, certainly taking advantage there. Geelong in a 4-0 run to end there. As we look at the rebounding battle, that's a 12 difference there. It's a 7 difference there on the defensive and an offensive rebound difference of 5. Blocks 4 to 1, steals 3 all, but the passing game, Ronald, a big factor. 17 each. 17 assists to Geelong, only 7 to Hobart, so they are down in that department. I did mention that limiting turnovers was going to be pivotal for Hobart, but it's second chance opportunities that are now killing them. They are only on 9 turnovers. I mean, this is a squad that regularly has hit 20 turnovers this year, sloppy basketball costing them. However, that's not the case tonight. I mean, if we have a quick look here, you've got double-digit rebounds to Akuso and Blitzarves. Akuso leading the way, 18 points, 10 rebounds. She's had a great game so far. Meanwhile, for Hobart, Shana Thompson, 13 points. Taylor Roberts, 9.7 rebounds. Nikki Green, also 7.6 rebounds. So, although the distribution is there across the floor, the distribution just isn't high enough. And again, you've got to win that rebounding battle for that to have any effect, and that's why Geelong are in the lead.
So for Hobart and Coach Willie Joseph, as the girls come out of their huddle, what do you reckon Willie Joseph would have been saying in that huddle there at three-quarter time?
Win or go home, Ronald. I think it's very simple at this point. As I mentioned, this is a game. And just quickly, noticed this earlier. This was a comment that was made to me previously. Taya Stevens been injected into this lineup for the first time tonight. She's a quick, fast player, Ronald, and I think that's what they want to do. They want to get this ball up the floor as soon as they can. Jen Schlott can score. Shana Thompson can score. Ellie Collins can score. Taylor Roberts can score. I wouldn't be surprised whether Stevenson is just going to try and run and gun here and burst her out for the final 10 minutes of play. This is going to be a very, very interesting quarter, but I mean, they've got nothing to lose. They need to essentially play like there's nothing left. Act as if you're on the bottom and can't. You're on the bottom of the ladder. You can't make it back up. I mean, you're essentially, it's a David versus Goliath battle here, particularly on the scoreboard. But I mean, first versus 11. Full credit to Geelong. They have shut down Hobart tonight so far.
They certainly have. They put on a very good display, JB, as Hobart restart here in the last quarter.
Thompson
goes
inside.
Baseline, and it was a great move, JB.
That's exactly what they need. They need that up-tempo pace. It's going to be interesting to see what sort of impact Stevenson has on this squad as well.
So Willie Joseph is saying get up and ball pressure as, again, good pressure here. Good start here by the Huskies in the first 20 seconds.
It's going to be a very big ask, however, for Hobart, considering that slow start to the second and third quarters could prove costly.
Schlott from the free throw, just off. Magnagor with the rebound. Stevenson there with some good hustle, but Magnagor got it back. Now with Barley as she comes down the floor, inside to Kuso. Kuso nearly double teamed. Geelong nearly turn it over. They get it back through Barley.
This pressure here by Stevenson, this extra tempo has certainly helped Hobart in the opening sequences.
It certainly has, as Magnagor goes all the way. Now, was that a foul on Roberts? It could well be. Now, Hobart are wanting an offensive foul, but I don't think they'll get it. It's on Roberts for high contact.
I think we'll call that smart use of the off-arm. Ronald, best way to describe it is Ducks checking into the game. I think they've realised here, Geelong, that Stevenson is just going to try and push the tempo a bit, and Hobart want to run and gun here. So to bring Duck onto the floor, just send Varley to the bench. A bit more speed and a bit more ball control, so to speak, there from Duck is certainly going to change the outlook of this Geelong lineup as Magbagor makes that one. She's had a pretty good night herself. 15 points now, 5 rebounds and 2 blocks. She's had a hell of an impact. So she's going to want to make these ones. Put it back out to 21, but Hobart need to push the tempo.
They certainly do. Can they keep this up for the next few minutes and try to get some scoreboard pressure on Stevenson?
She knows these rims well too, Stevenson. Home floor in local league, so it'd be interesting to see whether she can capitalise on that.
Ball got deflected and Hobart to get it back. 16 on the shot clock here for the Hobart Huskies as they look to restart. And Thompson with it now. So they need to get a bit of a move on here in order to try to wiggle this margin down. Thompson, a little bit stuck. Stevenson, one-on-one with Rolfe.
There's that extra pace.
Roberts inside. Now back to Stevenson. Stevenson needs to put it up. And it was a good option by Taya Stevenson.
Local Kingston crowd, the Kingborough crowd, responding well to the local girl, scoring what would have to be her first basket at home, I believe, this year, Ronald. But again, Stevenson really had an impact so far. The tempo of this game has just increased. Magbagor for threes, missed that one.
Thompson with the rebound. Hobart off and running, but Brown Canasano with a steal to Akuso. Puts up a
Collins goes
shot.
bang against the glass.
Absolutely. Good defensive pressure there by Ellie Collins as she'll get it back. Now ball up with Schlott here as she puts on some moves. Looks inside to Roberts. Thompson for 3, and that missed everything, and ball goes out of bounds.
Just a slight breeze going through the stadium there. I could feel that one, Ronald. 8:09 remaining here in the fourth quarter. It's an 18-point margin, but there is clear intent from the Huskies. Go hard or go home. I'm pretty sure Willie has told them that.
Absolutely. I think they've responded in kind in some ways, JB. They're not doing a bad job so far. 2 minutes in with 8 to go as Brown Canasano. Now it's a duck. Nice interior passing by the Geelong Supercats. Great work there.
Good triangle pass there. That's another highlight that's got a potential for one of the players of the round. Great ball movement there, and it's paid off well.
Schlott puts up a tough shot. That's off. Ball now with Rolfe.
Collins stole that one.
Yeah, Collins got the interception. Nearly goes all the way, and then got fouled by Duck. Duck taking the sacrificial foul. And Hobart to restart.
Hand straight up in the air. She's pretty evident she committed that foul. Now, substitution coming in. Nikki Green looking to check in as well. And that'll be Roberts heading out. They're going to keep Stevenson in for a little bit longer here. But again, the pressure is going to be on Nikki Green. And I think that's another reason Taya Stevenson's in there. You can sacrifice your fouls, but they can't afford Nikki Green to get a 5th here. Could spell disaster.
So Schlott with it now. She goes exploring. Stevenson. Now Thompson. Thompson gets an on-ball screen. Looks at her options. Collins needs to go exploring. Puts on some moves. McNagall,
Fade away
some
off the
good pressure.
glass.
Tough shot, but misses. Blitzarv's back on the floor now for the Supercats as she comes up the floor. Goes one-on-one with Thompson, and that's a mismatch all day as Green gets the rebound off a miss from Blitzarv's.
Blitzarv's 8 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists in this game. She's going to want to hit double-digit scoring, get that double-double up, and potentially press for a triple-double, Ronald.
Yep, Schlott. Nice move, and Geelong will have a bit of a talk. They sense a bit of momentum going back to Hobart's way, so Geelong will talk it over. They're up by 18, 72-54.
Yeah, that was Nikki Green with that basket there. Fade away, turnaround, jump shot, 9.7 rebounds, 1 steal and 1 block so far, 36% from the field. She's going to want to improve on that. But again, you need to get your regular scorers into this game. Shana Thompson, she's at 15. You're going to want to see Ellie Collins get a few more points under her belt. You're going to want to see Taylor Roberts potentially start hitting this scoreboard a bit more. Nikki Green, she's got to risk it to get the biscuit, but she can't afford to foul out. She needs points. And Jen Schlott, she needs points as well. It's going to have to be a spread offense here from Hobart to win this game. It's going to be tough. 18 points is our margin. We'll see what they can do.
Absolutely. So let's see what does happen here in this last 6 minutes and 58 seconds. There's a good little crowd showing up now here in the fourth quarter. Men's game is up next, and you can catch us for that as well too on the NBL YouTube channel as both teams come out of their huddles. So, JB, not a bad little crowd showing up here.
No, not bad at all. Certainly up from our last home game, I'd say, just from the eye test, Ronald.
Yes.
But no, a good crowd, particularly on a very cold night here at the Kingborough Sports, and a cold night, pretty much a cold week here in Hobart, so players probably taking a bit of time to adjust to that as well.
Absolutely. Meanwhile, back on the floor, these players would be running hard as they normally do. Duck with it now. Now to Akuso. In turn, Blitzarps for the three. Just off. Stevenson with the board as she brings it down and gives it off to Collins.
Notice Geelong just wanting to press up a little bit in the defence and not allow Hobart to get any sort of momentum.
So Schlott with it. Schlott goes baseline and a nice option but couldn't finish it. Ball got knocked out by Geelong and Hobart to get it back.
Schlott thought she'd turn the ball over there. I don't think she realises it's now a Hobart game as Brian Catasano checks in. Finlayson checking in as Thompson just heads out for a break there.
So Hobart here with 14 on the shot clock. So you look to restart here. Finlayson down low. We'll kick it back out to Green at the top. And Hobart looking to reset here. 10 on the shot now for the Huskies as Collins. Now Schlott. One-on-one with Duck.
Needs to get a score.
Put on some moves. And just long Green and Blitzarps go at it. Duck was there as well too.
Oh, keeps it in bounds.
And well done to her. And
pulls
now
up for a jumper.
Finishes the
Bang!
play. She started the play and finished the play. Great work there by Alex Duck.
That's why she's one of the best players in the league. And again, one thing that the Smalls, particularly Duck tonight, have done, push the tempo, get the ball movement going. Easy scores come. And, I mean, they're rewarding themselves at this point.
Collins puts up a turnaround J and gets a response.
One of the signature moves of Ellie Collins, that up and under, but certainly that spin across the lane, she takes great advantage of it, and a good finish that time.
So Duck bringing it down the floor. Now to Brian Catasano for three. That's off. Good rebounding contest there as Stevenson picks up the scraps and is off and running. Gives it off to Schlott. And she gets it back now. She thought about it, turned it down.
Can make that sort of shot, Stevenson.
She can. Collins, one-on-one with Brian Catasano.
Oh,
backdoor play
no.
to Schlott as she misses the two.
Drops the head there too. Wasn't happy with the result. Should be disappointed with her effort.
So Brian Catasano off to Akuso. So I lose my rhythm there. Back to Akuso. There we go.
Stripped there by Schlott. Good hands amongst the play.
Good defensive pressure by Alex Finlayson as Schlott brings it up the floor, kicks it to Collins. Collins from
Transition
downtown.
three, back
just
not
long.
open.
Stevenson there with a good hustle, but missed the ball entirely.
There's Duck flying up the floor, takes the contact.
Good D by Finlayson, and Geelong will get it back.
Checking out of the game here, Schlott checking in Thompson. Thompson's just going to want to spread the floor and get something going here. Rolfe checking in as Akuso heads out. Akuso, 20 points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists. She's been very quiet. Unsung, I should say. Not quiet by any means, but she's gone about her business quietly, hasn't made a song and dance about it. And again, those kind of numbers and that kind of play is the reason she's in that Opal squad.
Blitzarps
Oh,
nice
handles
move.
down the lane.
Oh, beautiful
Bang!
move by Sarah Blitzer.
That's the sort of handles you want to see. One of the taller ladies on this team just able to get past the guard there. They're her 10th points. 10 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists so far. Doing it all tonight, Sarah Blitzers.
Margin back at 20, and fair to say we can call. I think we can call this game safely here, JB, as Collins has to go look. And does.
Coach Joseph wanting some move. There's that signature fadeaway of Ellie's, though.
Gets the use of a friendly roll, JB, and knocks it down. And now ball got deflected out after the basket, so play to stop.
Just notice Coach Joseph there really wanting some ball movement. Again, every player on that right-hand side almost playing into Geelong's hands at the moment. It's back to 18 points, but as we said, Ronald, the game's almost over.
Brand Canasano with it now. Blitzer,
nice
another
cut. Inside pass.
And Sarah Blitzer's putting on a display.
This Geelong team is a pleasure to watch. No wonder they are the #1 team in the league. They're selfless. They sacrifice. They make the extra pass. They do it all.
Certainly do, JB. It's just great basketball to see. As Finlayson is short on the two.
Stevenson
with a tip-in. Oh, so close.
Great impact there, and she sacrificed the foul there, Stevenson. That's what she needed to do. But
beyond Finlayson, I think here. Yes,
it was on
is.
Finlayson.
Yes.
My apologies. Thought Stevenson had grabbed her on the wrist there, but it's been good to see Stevenson come in and push the tempo. It's the up-tempo speed of this Husky side, which I like, Ronald. It's what they need to do a little bit more of. But again, trying to push the tempo when you're out of legs and you're down in the fourth quarter, a very big ask.
It is, certainly is, as the ball goes out of play. And then he takes out the floor wipers.
Floor wipers, the ref, the wind network sign, you name it. It took it. Gone with the Wind was a movie, but so was that ball.
Absolutely, JP. As we're 3:40 to play here in the last, as we come to you from the Kingborough Sports Centre. So we're live on the screens of the NBL YouTube channel. Ball with Thompson now. As Thompson looks for her options. She thought about Finlayson, turned down. Shot clock at 7. Hobart need to get busy quite quickly. Finlayson needs to do something. Now it's Stevenson. And ball went out of play. And referee Nick Draper will say 1 on the shot clock.
They want 1 on the shot clock here. And that's fair enough. They're going to need to let that run down. That'll be a little extra time as we quickly just go over things here on the floor, Ronald. Our leaders at the moment on the floor, Ellie Collins now up to 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Shana Thompson with 15 points, 5 rebounds. Meanwhile, on the other side of the floor, Magbagor, 15 points, 6 rebounds. Blix Sales, as I mentioned, 12 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. 10 points to Rolf and 10 points to Brand Catasano. Rolf having a very quiet second half, however.
So, and that should be a shot clock violation. It is, as Hobart couldn't get that one off cleanly, and looks like Emma Waller's going to check in as well too, JB.
Yes, first time tonight we'll see her in. Josie Greenwood looks to be joining her as well. Waller having fouled out in local competition this week, but it'll be good to see her running around on the floor. A capable player, has played at Seabull level before, so certainly, as we mentioned, this Huskies team by no means lacking experience at this level, just unable to deliver at times, Ronald.
Yes, absolutely, and hopefully they'll, in the break, sort out their issues and get it back together in our next home game.
Green clearing the rebound.
And Green with it now to Finlayson. Finlayson looking at her options here. As Hobart a little bit stagnant on their offense here, but a bit of movement. Now, she tried to go to Greenwood, was never on. Geelong read that. Duck into Magnagor.
Oh,
Nice
nearly jumped over Finlayson, manages to get the score there. That'll be her 17 points of the basket, 17 points of the night, I should say.
So Waller, now Greenwood, nice
good
fake.
pump fake, gets in that low block.
And shades of a late great mum, Andre Greenwood knocks down the two.
I was about to say the same thing. Shades of Oni there, good pump fake and that pull-up jumper just off the low block.
It's a nice move there by Chasey Greenwood, as a nice play by the Geelong Supercats too to Rolf, but she misses the 2.
Another rebound there by Nikki Green, her 9th of the game. That moves her to 9 points, 9 rebounds, below her normal double-double, so it'll be interesting to see what comes of that.
So Green, Waller. So Waller thinking about it. It does so, and that was way off. We had a good look at that one, JB.
Stevenson's managed to keep that in. Good hustle there.
Very good hustle there by Taya Stevenson, but Geelong were able to get the ball. Brand Canasano Now Blitzar's into McNagor. McNagor goes all the way. And again, good use of the body and substitution being made. We are under 2 minutes now, so subs can be made. As Pia Rhodes will check in for the first time this season.
Yes, Nikki Green on the floor now with a bench side of the Huskies. But Pia Rhodes has been working really, really hard all season, having played a state rep competition earlier this month, or I believe certainly earlier this month. Her basketball at local level certainly paying off, training hard, and that's why she's in this squad.
So Rhodes with it now, her first touch of the season. Now Greenwood wanting to go back to on Waller, puts it to the floor. Good defensive pressure by Blitzarves. Stevenson to get it now.
She's not afraid to shoot it.
They need to shoot. Waller needs to put this up and does so, and that missed everything. Duck was able to get it like Patrick Dangerfield for the Geelong Cats in the AFL.
Bursting through.
As that's number 53, Knights there with it inside to McNagor and makes the 2. And another substitution being made as both teams are clearing out the benches in chunk time.
Yes, Remos checking in. That looks like Varley checking in as well. That'll be Blitzarves off. She's had a great game. 12 points, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. And also checking out of the game there. Oh, hang on. What do we got here? No substitutions been... No. Substitutions haven't been allowed. Okay, substitutions haven't been allowed. Thought they had. We'll continue on with our game as normal.
Yes, Stevenson with it now. As I think I've got the reason why, JB. I'll come back to that. Waller. So Waller looking at her options.
No ball movement.
Good defensive pressure here by the Supercats. Green has no choice but to put it up. Doesn't get use of a roll there. Greenwood with the board. Goes to the floor.
Nearly out of bounds.
And Rhodes and Green miscommunicated. McNagor off and running into Knights and misses the 2. But McNagor is there. She gets the tip and will go to the line for 1.
Yes, McNagor with a massive night now. 21 points. That would, I believe that's 21 points. Will we be adding anything to that? Just check as our stats update. 21.6 rebounds, 1 assist. 7 rebounds, I should say. 23.7 rebounds, an assist and a steal along with a block. Checking into the game there is Ramos. And checking out of the game there looked to be, as we'll quickly get it turned around, if you could, please.
It's Brian Cassano.
He's one of the Brian Casanos. Conversion there by McNagor. She's heading out, checking in Varley. So we now have both benches, other than Nikki Green, here on the floor in what has been certainly a one-sided affair since the start of the second quarter here. Geelong really taking full advantage. I mean, turnovers have been low, no doubt about it, but ball movement and rebounding, certainly the reason why Geelong are on top of this game, and certainly a reason why they're on top of this competition.
So Green puts it up and gets the foul and goes to the line for 1. Nice strong move there by Nikki Green.
Yes, very strong move inside there by Green. That's what she needed. They will be her 11 points, 9 rebounds, 1 block and a steal there. I must say Rolf was not impressed with that. Didn't think she committed the foul.
So Green to the line for 1, just to bring this back to 24. No, we're staying out at 25 is our margin. As the ball comes down now to Ramos.
Going to have to play this out, Geelong.
Rolf with it now. Has to stop. Back the ball back with Duck.
8 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists for Duck tonight.
So Duck, now Knights, puts on some moves. Good pass out to Ramos for 3. Yes!
And the Geelong bench absolutely loves it. Coming off the pine there, Ramos, basically the first shot, gets it to fall, and the Huskies are going to have to dribble this out. Stevenson's going to take one last shot of the game. Doesn't get that to fall, and that will do us, Ronald. 90-62, a 28-point drubbing by Geelong of the Hobart Huskies.
Yeah, certainly a great display by Geelong, who will keep top spot on the NBL1 ladder for the women's competition. And Hobart certainly need to do a bit of soul searching over the June long weekend break.
They've really got to take advantage of that, particularly because their game out of that is going to be the matchup with the Tornadoes, the return derby up in Launceston. So a lot of work here for Coach Willie Joseph and his Huskies players. Just quickly as we have a look here, I mean, leaders for the night, Shana Thompson, 14 points, Shana Thompson, 15 points, Ellie Collins, 14 points, Nikki Green, 11 points, but no match there for Geelong. 24 points to Magbagor, 20 points to Akuso, and 12 to Blitzarves. Again, the big 3, the opal 3 of Geelong getting the job done there. I mean, big factors here, as I mentioned. Turnovers not too bad, 13-11. I thought if Hobart could limit themselves to 15, they'd be in with a shot. However, lost the rebounding battle by 12, lost the offensive rebound battle, and their passing just wasn't up to scratch. 22-9 in favour of Geelong, who put on an absolute masterclass of basketball tonight and got the just reward in the victory.
Who was your MVP for tonight, JB?
Well, take your pick. I really have to think that it probably has to go to Akuso. Very quiet achiever there. She was good on the offensive glass. She had 20 points and 11 rebounds as well. But I think a general consensus there between Blixarves and Duck with the all-around game there. And, I mean, really tough to tell. I mean, that was a really good team performance. Obviously, the top end of their team standing out more than others, but certainly Akuso, for my liking, went quietly about her business, was a big factor on defence and very hard to stop offensively.
Absolutely. Geelong will go to Launceston tomorrow night to take on the Tornadoes, and they'll be going in with a full steam of confidence, JB.
Absolutely, and I think they can get the job done as well. No shot there at Launceston, but they are a young side who are looking to develop and looking to take that step. Now, obviously, a 28-point margin, 28-point victory margin here for Geelong will set them in good stead. However, a back-to-back in Tasmania on what is set to be a cold weekend is going to be a lot to ask. However, I just think that, again, the young legs of Launceston have been able to put it together for 3 quarters. It's that 4th quarter where they try and find the second gear that they haven't been able to, that Geelong will capitalise on.
All right, so final scores here was 90-62 in favour of Geelong. So Geelong winning by 28 in the end here in the women's game. Coming up next for you on the NBL YouTube channel will be the men's game between Hobart and Geelong. We'll be back on air at 5 to 8, and we'll catch you then.